great games to start the football year in college football. Alabama, Michigan. I thought it was going to be a close game. Did not love the play call there at the end with Jalen Milroe and the QB draw. I thought you had a pass in that situation. Nonetheless, you did see it in overtime. Michigan's offensive line slowly start to wear down Alabama, which is what I expected to happen. Washington, Texas was more of a shootout, obviously. Michael Penix and Washington proved that beating Oregon twice this year was no fluke. And I thought really this sets up a very fascinating matchup with Washington's eye-flying offense. Kalen DeBoer, a very good head coach, against Jim Harbaugh with the NFL potentially looming here with Michigan. So I thoroughly enjoyed both games. Nothing really surprising. I think Penix, JJ McCarthy is going to be an interesting duel. Both of these teams now set up with, a franchise quarterback potentially going in the first round of the NFL draft. We'll talk more about the game on Thursday, but I thought both these teams were very evenly matched in both games. Again, we saw with Georgia defeating Florida State, and then we saw with, Ohio State losing to Missouri in the Gator Bowl. There was really, you can make an argument, five teams this year that could win the college football national championship. Sorry, Florida State crowd, you were not included. I don't care about your undefeated record. I said it. You were not the same team when Jordan Travis went out. We all saw it. Everybody saw it. And so, for that reason, I think Alabama proved that they were probably number five. I mean, even though they beat Georgia, they had to be in. Georgia sent a message to the committee that they probably should have been in over Alabama, even though they lost with how close that game was. Again, I think this is why the 12-team college football playoff is not going to be as successful as most people think it is, because we're going to get a lot of blowouts until you get down to the final four or even potentially the final six. It does get me excited, though, for next year, because Michigan does play both Texas and Washington. I think the Big Ten and the SEC, it's going to be a big year for college football next year. I already talked about that as it relates to expansion. But at the end of the day, Michigan was the best team all year long. You could have made an argument Washington was the second best team all year long, right up there next to Georgia. And now we're going to get a great duel set up for the national championship game. Like that clip from the Brandsworth podcast? If so, make sure you go down there and hit that subscribe button. While you're down there hitting the subscribe button, make sure to also hit the notification bell so you never miss another upload. And make sure you check out all the other clips from the Brandsworth podcast right here on YouTube.